Welcome back. Broadcasting for me, and why are you doing that to me? Okay, it seemed to be having a little internet glitch there. All right, well, no internet, no internet radio. Kind of interesting that way. Most of you, of course, are sitting there thinking, it's like, I'm not broadcasting for my audience, I'm broadcasting for me. Well, if you're broadcasting for you, don't worry about attracting an audience, because you probably won't attract an audience. It's basically how this will work. If you're wanting to sit there and talk and everything to yourself and broadcast completely to yourself, that's fine. For those of you who are looking to attract an audience and have an effect on people's lives, continue listening. So you have to make sure that you know who the audience is that you want to attract. And there's some really cool ways of actually strength testing and making sure that you're actually going after an audience that is really strong, and that you will have a traumatic effect. A traumatic, in this case, it's just a strong and positive effect on their lives. You're going to help them move forward on what it is that they're trying to do. So, but beyond that, I'm going to take a step back here, and I'm going to break something down for you. In a previous episode, we talked about you have an audience that is actually going to sponsor you, and you have an audience that is going to listen to every word that you fall on. And you have to learn to speak both of their languages, because one may not necessarily be the same as the other. Some of you listening are life coaches and NLP practitioners, Reiki practitioners, things like that, energy healers, all those sort of things. And yeah, absolutely, you are going to use this as a tool to podcasting and broadcasting as a tool to attract your coaching clients and your practice clients. Yes. But you need to understand that you have a second audience. Because what if you could get sponsors to help you broadcast to a wider audience, help you get more tools and resources to reach more people? You have to speak a different language to them. You have to speak a language that makes them want to take action, and that's the whole point. The reason why you're sitting there in front of the mic, and the reason why you're talking to people and developing audiences, both types of audiences, is because you're there to make them take action. Now, if you're a coach, that's awesome stuff, right? You are in practice to get people to take action. Because there's nothing more... I'm not a big fan of positive, negative things, but in this particular instance, we're going to go for it because electricity has a positive and negative, right, to it, which is energy. Okay, light and electricity are our biggest sources of energy. I can get into the technical bits of that, but we're going to leave that alone for right now. Because most of you are not in that particular audience that I might actually speak to. Okay, but here it is. The most negative part of the energy is somebody being not moving. That is not the vibration that you want people to have. You want people to at least take action. So that's what you're trying to do as a coach. You're trying to get people to take action. That's what you're trying to do as that practitioner. You want them to take action and to move. Because any movement is, of course, a movement forward. At least from my understanding of NLP. I'm not an expert. We will have experts on NLP later on in this show. Other episodes and things like that. As we keep this thing moving, this project is going to keep moving. Okay. So, and speaking of moving, for those of you who actually follow me, you know that I also do a show called Community Living, and it gets broadcasted in several markets on not only on the internet, but also on the actual FM band, which is cool. FM radio is that was like a dream come true for me to be able to broadcast. Okay, so with that, who would have thought that the techie guy and the chemical engineer and all the really technical things that I have done in my life would actually become more or less a journalist? In a lot of respects, I am a journalist who advocates for rights for people, and more specifically, people with disabilities. And I ran into a really cool lady. Her name is Laura Kiesel. I'm sorry. I should actually pronounce her name correctly. On helpareporter.com. And I'm going to when we do our live talk, I'm going to talk more about this particular tool and how it can actually help you grow your business. Because part of this is, of course, growing your business. If you want to affect more people, you have to grow what it is that you're actually doing. And these rants are going to disappear, and the growth is going to be live interviews as we move forward with this. And time slot may actually change slightly somehow or another. We'll see how that all actually goes. Okay, so Laura Kiesel, she is a journalist, and she also writes for people's health. She has a disability. She has what's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which means that her connective tissue doesn't have enough collagen in it. Her body has trouble retaining and building collagens. And for what that means for her with this disability, what it means is that her joints will slip in and out. Okay, so imagine walking down the street and all of a sudden a toe comes out of joint and you're walking. It kind of puts a hip to your step, right? Or worse yet, that maybe your hip will come out of joint. Now you might fall over. So it is a very serious disability. It is actually something that's very painful. And it takes a lot of energy out of you because every movement has to be careful, well thought out, and to keep everything in place, that takes energy. So she's not able to actually hold a regular job, but she does a wonderful job at freelancing, and she writes for Harvard Health. She has appeared on the Huffington Post. She's appeared in numerous blogs as a guest blogger, and with that, there is a pay model to actually doing this. For those of you who are listening out there that think that hey, this could be the business for me, then you really need to listen in on January 23rd. We're actually going to bring her back we interviewed her on Community Living, where she told her story about how the struggles of actually working and getting a job with, it's called also called EDS. And she is going to tell her strategy of how she actually narrows people down to the best sources and experts for a piece that she may be writing. And she does mostly writing. She's a ghostwriter and also editor. And I like to help her out by getting her to work a little more closer with us and here at Depictions. But I also want to give her kudos for actually not falling over and saying, "Oh, I'm disabled, I can't get up," and she actually is still moving forward with life, and she's going to appear at our live talk, and we're going to broadcast that particular day, January 23rd, from I guess about 6:00 on. We'll actually be broadcasting, and we'll try to capture a couple interviews. So those of you who are in the Vancouver area, I want you to check out Kinetics Media. They're sponsoring it, and they're allowing us to use their video studio for this event. So it's going to be pretty cool. If you're a videographer or anything like that, you might want to show up and check out see what you can do. Maybe you can do some work there and talk to Paula Scaper of Kinetics Media. So, to get back on topic, though, make sure you're talking to your audience. You're not speaking just for yourself. You have an audience. You want to make that audience effective. Speak the language and speak and say what they want to hear, what you can actually do for them as their audience. So that you want to make not only a listening audience, you want to make them an effective audience. Where in getting back to your sponsors, an effective audience becomes a useful tool, because now they're buying products through you, and you can actually use that to attract sponsor money, because your sponsors are going to want an effective and interactive audience. They want people who respond to what it is that you say. So you have to put things in language that will make your audience respond, wake up, and take some action. Okay, so I want you to go right now to the Depictions Media Facebook page, or go to depictions.media. That is our website. Pretty cool website for a media company. We got our name and all in one stroke. So all you have to do is remember Depictions Media, and it's depictions.media. Go to our website, check out our broadcast page, and as that site actually develops, you'll be able to click on it and answer the questions to become a sponsor, or answer some questions to become a source for our next story. Okay, so right now we're looking for people on loneliness, so check that out too. Email us back for to become part of our shows and our lineup, as either as an expert, or maybe you have a show idea that we can help you produce, because we do that too. All right, so that's it for our rant for today. A little jumbled, but remember, speak effectively to your audience. Say the things that they want to hear, and that's the bottom line of today. Say what your audience want you to say and the way that they want to hear it. And they will become effective and interactive, and you will sell lots of product. All right, so that's it for today, and we're going to go back to Emma and read.
So I wish upon